to help give clarity and insight regarding the dream that I had last night regarding the alien invasions. Allow this to take place now.
You see a rocket ship, the iPhone emoji of a rocket. I see that. A door opens and a whole bunch of these little aliens, they're like the size of ants. They're coming out like a whole like an ant farm basically. All these aliens are coming out of it. They're
Mhm.
just walking out of it. It's like it's symbolic because it's kind of, it's like a cartoon rocket ship. And then it's like just a typical kind of little gray.
And as you tune into the energy, what does it feel like vibrationally?
I'm hearing home. I'm
Mhm.
hearing land, like they're going to make this their homeland in a way. It's like they're going to make this home for them.
And
They're going
now,
to normalize themselves on earth where they're not going to be foreign. It's normal for them to live on earth, to inhabit Earth.
and in what way will they make themselves apparent?
I'm hearing spottings.
Tell me more. Allow the scenes.
Feels like this is like I'm getting like as if this is a part three in the contact. And what I'm seeing is that I'm seeing like aliens walking on Earth, and I see a person like screaming, like because they're so scared. And the aliens just like, well, I'm here. And so the person, it's like they kind of lose their mind. They become very mentally unstable. It's like they lost their mind, really. Like they become so mentally unstable that it's like kind of
Permanent damage. Can you explain a little, or can you?
like they've gone crazy. It's like they've gone crazy and it's like they can't recover because it is such a gap in consciousness. For some people, it's going to be such a huge gap in consciousness that it kind of breaks them mentally.
And how do they behave? In what ways do they change?
I'm just getting the visual of like a typical crazy person who's just rocking back and forth in a chair. And it's like they're kind of just kind of looping thoughts. It's like as if they've been mentally paralyzed. That's
W-
going to happen to some people. That's like the cost of this.
Is this why it's important
This is why it's important.
to face it out? And tell me more about that.
This is why, so them doing these small sightings and how they're making first contact, like in phases where there's going to be random UFO sightings and there's more of them. And then the ships are over the skies and we start to kind of see more UFOs. It's prepping people mentally to, hey, get used to this is the world that we're living in. Don't be startled. Because if they just came and touched down right now, more of the world would be in like this mental paralysis where they
Mhm.
can't recover. So there's going to be, it's kind of like we're going to lose people in this because not everybody's going to be mentally caught up to be able to fathom this. So those people who can't get to that level of consciousness, it's like we're going to lose them
And in what ways do we lose them? See what happens.
where they go crazy. That's it. It's not like they die, but it's like imagine if 10% of the world one day goes crazy. So it's like they're mentally ill and they're not the same person anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
That's what's going to happen to some people. So
It's kind of like
yeah,
in a way they're gonna fragment, or is it just
it's
their experience, or
it's like their mind is getting stretched way too far where they can't comprehend. Like, when you go through a really massive awakening and
yes,
reality shatters and then you
yes,
kind of feel crazy.
yes, and you have to ground yourself.
Yes,
Mm.
it's like that, but how we can ground ourselves and we just expand our consciousness and we're like, okay, now I understand instead of 10% of reality, I now understand 20%.
Mm.
It's like someone who understands 10% asks them to go from 10 to 80%. They can't, that's too much of a gap, so they're going to lose their minds.
Yeah, because they don't have that integration period. It's just from one day to the next, the reality shift, like shift.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I'm realizing now that it is so important to be caught up with the times and to actually I'm just kind of thinking now how some people are saying, I want to go live simple. I want to go off grid. I want to cut off technology. I don't know if that's going to really affect them negatively because if they're going to shrink their consciousness because they want to move away from technology, but intelligence is going to live
Let's
amongst us.
let's explore that.
Okay.
Let's explore that because even myself, like, I can entertain the idea of living off grid, but if,
Yeah.
it's gonna be something different, let's explore that. So let's see what, in regards to that effect, what will happen in the future, if that is necessary, living off grid or, with technology. Will things be in the future? See that now.
I see people freaking out because the ships are landing. I see it's like these kind of very farm living. I see where it's like people on kind of like a compound where it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's just this whole village and it's very wholesome, like barn house style type of homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting the visual of like country folk, like they're in overalls and plaid.
Oh,
And I see
mhm.
UFOs in the sky coming down, and I see them freaking out because it's like they've been living in their own world, but the aliens aren't going, they're not, it's like just because they created their own world doesn't mean there's something greater that's happening.
Were there
And the
change?
aliens aren't gonna
I'm sorry, were the aliens are gonna what?
they're not going to avoid certain areas because people have a certain lifestyle. They're just going to come down.
Now, what changes have been made? Have there been any changes in universal or spiritual rules, or like what should we know about this paradigm shift that is about to occur?
New territory to adjust and to flow. We're moving into something that's never been experienced before. Completely new territory.
And why is this taking place in our timeline?
The evolution of consciousness. We've gotten to the point where this can happen. This is like the next phase, us living amongst
And
extraterrestrial.
And do you get a sense that when the aliens come, are these events taking place only in the 3D Earth, or is it in the new Earth, or both? Explore that and see what insights you're able to receive.
It's in the newer. I mean, I'm mainly just seeing New Earth,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because that's what I'm aligned with. And I'm getting harmony. I'm hearing harmony and I'm seeing it's like, this is a win because there's another species and we're going to live in harmony with another species. We're going to learn to love another species. This is so good for our hearts are expanding by doing this.
Very good. And notice what changes in technology and health occur. What happens with technology and the health industries when this occurs in the new earth?
I'm seeing that we're getting new technology. We're getting introduced to new technology, but it feels like technology that's so advanced. It's like we learn it at a very slow pace, like a child's pace in comparison to them. Health, I just see very healthy. There's
Mhm.
going to be there's definitely going to be new forms of healing. I'm hearing quantum, and it feels like even quantum healing is going to be upgraded once we're actually living amongst, like, in harmony with the aliens.
Explore that more. What do you notice differently in this new quantum healing?
Because it's going to be a boost in frequency. Their frequency is higher than ours. So the frequency at which they can heal is more, has more speed. So it's almost like the healing is like, it's just highly expedited.
Very good.
Almost instantaneous. I'm getting the vision of when I was on the sand and my
Mhm.
stitches were healing and it was happening pretty fast. That's what I'm getting, that it's like healing's going to be, but this is later on. when we're actually, this is when we've accepted and we're living in harmony with them and we're working with them like as a whole like population, not just like a few select people. It's like this is when like it's established, like where earth consists of both humans and aliens live here. Like when it's a normality, that's when all this stuff happens. And it's just so much, it's so advanced and it's so much harmony. So this is the new earth though.
Very good.
Want to see the old earth?
Yes, let's explore what is going to happen to the old earth during this time. Let's explore this.
I'm hearing war.
Can you?
The aliens are going to have a harder time because they're going to be under attack. So yeah, there is going to be like a war against them where it's like they're getting shot at and they're seen as a threat
And is that
and it's
necessary?
causing chaos. People are not going to be adjusted because people's minds are going to be, I don't know if distorted is the right word, but they're going to see them as danger. So it instills so much fear in these people and it increases the vibration of fear on the planet, making it even more dense because there's more chaos that's going to happen when they're landing.
When you're watching this, I want you to observe now as if you were watching from space. And can you tell me what you are seeing regarding the new Earth and the old Earth? Tell me, what does that look like as if you were observing this from space?
I see that the separation's further.
Tell me.
I can clearly see the two planets are connected, but I could see that they're also separated. Like they're not fully overlapping each other.
Like they have more space apart.
Yes,
Hmm.
they have more than, from what I see, they have more than close to half, a bit more than half apart.
And what does it look like as the aliens make way? Or are they already on the Earth? See what happens as if you're observing from Earth. What happens as contact is being more imminent, more present, more noticeable?
I'm seeing a little spaceship at the bottom of the old Earth. Like it's not on the Earth, but it's right floating underneath it.
Tell me more about that.
I'm hearing starting from the bottom. It's like the war against them. It's like they have to start somewhere, and this is part of it.